I mean, I really can't believe what's going on. The Montreal Impact lost again last night on the road. Not only their fourth straight overall loss, but they have now gone and lost every single game on the road since last September. Oh, you weren't paying attention to Major League Soccer last night? You weren't concerned at all that Real Salt Lake, a 155 favorite, won 3-1 despite playing shorthanded for most of the game against Montreal last night? Oh, shame on you soccer fans. Shame, shame, shame. I just don't know what I'm going to do with you because continually, every single day, I'm going to keep updating you on the latest on Major League Soccer because I know all of you guys out there, because you all watch the World Cup, I know you're just enthralled with soccer right now. Yes, I didn't even know Montreal had a club. I don't even know what the whole point of Real Salt Lake means. Is there a phony Salt Lake team? Are there two Salt Lake franchises? Is the real one differentiated from the phony one? I don't know. I mean, but hey, it's soccer, so we just have to say it's one of those things because only the insiders in soccer understand anything about it. But let's talk now about something more serious. What, you think I was going to talk about the WNBA? Come on, seriously? Let's talk about the Angels and Tigers last night, because if I, of course, had the Angels last night, nice going, guys. You take the lead and you blow it against the Tigers. I'm sorry to have cursed you. Yesterday, just like the day before, not a great day for the handicappers, but none suffered worse than Brad Wilton. And, you know, Brad Wilton has been on an incredible run here on the site. I mean, going back to last July, I think it was, Brad Wilton has made $10 bettors going into yesterday almost $15,000, including almost 10 grand in baseball. Well, last night he had another 100-dime release. And you may recall he just hit a 100-dimer last Sunday with the Boston Red Sox 6-0 over Kansas City. And then he hit two 50-dime total winners the past two nights. That would have been Tuesday and Wednesday that you got for $7.77 each. Well, he came out with another 100-dime play last night, and he had the Indians against Kansas City. Corey Kluber, who I mentioned in yesterday's free pick report, I gave you as a free selection, pitched his heart out. I think he carried a perfect game into the seventh inning. 9 innings of brilliant baseball, and the Indians managed to lose in 14, I believe it was, to the Royals. That is a tough loss. I'm telling you, I've said it a zillion times over the years, but I would much rather lose 14-2 than 2-1 or 3-2. It's just far less painful. It's almost like the mercy rule kicks in, because once you're down by like 3 runs, you just go, oh, the game's over. I don't even have to watch it anymore. So that was a tough loss for Brad Wilton. But let's talk about a couple other guys here today that had big, big plays for the Friday hard to start your weekend. And you may recall last week, coming out of the All-Star break, Shawn Michaels, who is not an everyday handicapper, had 4 plays in 4 days, Friday through Monday. He won all 4 of them. You got all 4 of them at huge discounted prices, and he cleared 387.5 dimes of net profit. And that is a significant figure because this is a guy who has had 171 plays total over the past 14 months. And with those 171 plays, he has 104 wins, 65 losses, and 2 pushes. And he's made $10 bettors $27,110. Today, looking for a 5th straight winner to start the second half of the season, winning day number 105 of 168 overall, 100-dime max wager release, Phillies Diamondbacks side. That goes at 7:05 Eastern Time. He is 34-17-1 with 100-dime max wager plays in all sports combined here at the site since December, including last Sunday's winner, which you got for just $44. And it was Arizona over the Chicago Cubs 3-2. So today, a play just as strong, and you get it as the half-price play of the day simply by using coupon code. Are you ready? This is a tough one. It's HALF, H-A-L-F. Another guy who has a big play today, Craig Davis, one and only 100-dime underdog game of the year. It goes on the nighttime card. As big as his 100-dime winners, you may recall in the little basketball tournament they had back in, what is that month? March, I think, and April, when he had 100-dime back-to-back winners with UConn outright over Kentucky and Florida. Well, today I was looking. It's July 25th. It's normally a $99 play. So what the hell? You get it for $25 simply by using coupon code July25. Aren't you glad it's not July 28th today? July 25, that gets you the play for $25. Normal price $99. July 25 is that coupon code. Any other promos? Anthony Red is going to have a big trifecta. Check out his trifectas. I don't have his record off the top of my head here. It's on the site. He has a big trifecta, 3 big total releases today, and they will be the $7.77 triple play release. All 3 selections for $7.77, and the details for that as well available on the homepage. Now, let's get to your free selections. And no, they will not be in the UFC, the WNBA, or in Major League Soccer. Because I'd be hard-pressed to come up with any of them. But let's talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know, when the Pirates took on Colorado last weekend at home, they came up with a 3-0 sweep. And one of those games was last Saturday's, which I happened to tell you to play the Pirates on the money line at like $1.50, $1.55 favorite instead of the run line in that particular game, because I just didn't have 100% confidence in the fact that the Pirates would be able to put enough runs on the board to support the pitching of Charlie Morton. Well, Morton pitched very well, as did Arizona starter Brett Anderson for the first time this season. And subsequently, it went into extra innings. The Pirates rallied. They forced the game into extra innings. They eventually won it. I think it was like a 3-2 score in 12 or 14 innings, okay? But that was part of a 3-0 sweep for the Pirates at home in that weekend series. They just capped a 5-1 homestand. Now they hit the road, where they haven't played exceptionally well. I'm going to be honest. They've lost 6 of their last 8 on the road, and then tonight they open at Coors Field with the first of a 10-game road trip. Now, the Rockies, well, what can we say about the Rockies? I mean, when 3 of your best hitters are out of the lineup, you got a problem. Troy's on the DL, Morneau's on the DL. I can't cut it. Who's the other guy? I can't think of who the hell the other guy is on the DL. Or no, not on the DL, out right now. But you got 3 of your top hitters, and they're sitting on the sidelines. You've got a bullpen that can't stop anybody. And, hey, I think it's time to go against the Rockies once more. The Rockies yesterday did manage to beat the Nationals to snap a 7-game losing streak. But still, I'm going to go with the Pirates in this rematch between Morton and Anderson. However, I just want to point out something here for you. It is a free pick. I am not in love with this particular selection. It's a game that I considered betting today, but you know me. I have this thing about the phobia almost, about betting teams on back-to-back days, betting pitchers in back-to-back starts sometimes, especially when I come across a bad home-road split. And that's the dynamic that comes into play tonight with Charlie Morton. Because at home in 9 starts at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, he has a 2.18 earned run average. But on the road in 11 outings, that ERA is almost 2 runs higher at 4.19. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to go with the Pirates, even though Morton has always pitched well against the Rockies, 2-0, with a ERA just a tick over 3 in 5 career starts against them. So Pittsburgh, like a 115 favorite in this one. I do like the selection a little bit, so I'm going to go with them. I also like Milwaukee at home today, minus $1.45 over the New York Mets. I think the Mets are in a difficult spot. Yes, they did take the final 2 games of their series in Seattle. It's a road trip, a 10-game trip that started in San Diego, went up to Seattle. Now they're flying over to Milwaukee. Okay, you're flying it over to Milwaukee. You're losing 2 hours in time zone changes. You're playing at Miller Park, where the Brewers have just won 5 in a row, completing a 3-game sweep of the Reds yesterday. And in those 5 consecutive wins at Miller Park, they have scored 34 runs, and they belted 10 homers. Now, that's the type of play that the Brewers had early in the season when they jumped off of that fantastic start. Now, the key tonight is whether or not Gallardo can rebound. I mean, you talk about a streaky, inconsistent pitcher. His last 5 starts, the Brewers have lost every single one of those games. In fact, his last one was back on June 19th. But here's the thing. In his last 4 starts, his earned run average is 6.17. And the 4 starts before, his ERA was 1. You tell me who we're going to see here tonight. I'm betting on the Brewers with their offense to take care of business against Zach Wheeler, because Zach Wheeler comes into this contest with a 1.42 earned run average in his last 4 starts. He has a 1.68 earned run average in his last 6 road starts. But it's Zach Wheeler. Do I really have to say more? I mean, consistency hasn't been a forte of his career so far. So I say go with Milwaukee. They're playing at home here. They're taking on a tired New York Mets team, as I said, traveling halfway across the country from Seattle, and that's a long road trip. So I'll go with the Brewers. They're like a 145 favorite, along with Pittsburgh, a 115 road favorite. Those are your 2 freebies for Friday, and I will catch you again on Saturday morning when we do this one more time.